Welcome. I welcome you and everyone on this Once Smart Classes YouTube channel. And today we are going to start a mock interview for the newly qualified CMS. And today we have a special guest of the candidate for the mock interview. You can see my screen, CMA Niyati. So good evening to all, and let me introduce my panelist of the interview today. So myself, CMA Mahendra Saini. I'm a corporate employee and GST consultant and educator. And I have with me my colleagues, CMA Suresh Podar sir. He's a leading tax practitioner in the Jaipur, and he is also educator. And also I have with me my colleagues, CMA Riddhima Agarwal. She is the All India rank 5 in the June 2022, and also she is working in the good corporate in the Pune-based company. So we'll take the today's session's mock interview of Niyati. So how are you, Niyati?
I'm fine, sir.
Cool.
Good evening.
So how are you feeling?
Sir, I'm feeling very, very delighted.
Great. Okay, so Niyati, I already introduced my panelist. So yeah, let's start today's your mock interview. So yeah, before starting, please brief yourself without repeating your name.
Okay, sir. Sir, basically, I hail from Kota, and I've been into modern school since my nursery class to 12th only, and I've done my schooling from modern school Kota only. And after that, I've chosen my career for cost and management accountancy course in 2018. And also, I've done my articleship in from Indore from a cost accountants firm, namely MP Torakhi and Associates. And I've done my articleship for at least 1 year, 6 months. And I've cleared my foundation and intermediate in one shot only. But in final attempt, I took one attempt. So at second attempt, I have cleared my final also, both group.
Okay, so you cleared your CMA final in second attempt, right?
Yes, sir.
So Niyati, you know that I can see your CV, whatever you send us, said that you done your articleship from the Indore MP Torakhi and Associates Cost Accountant.
Yes, sir.
So tell me any 2 and 3 major points which you learned from that firm.
So there are many points I've learned from that firm. If I can talk about the practical experience, I've done GST audits and I've maintained the cost records of various companies in various industries. And also I've done the cost audits of various companies also. A major work I've been allotted was cost audit only. And apart from that, I've done GST audits also, and also some other kind internal audits and like a little bit of custom wala part and all. And apart from that, the academics wala and practical one experience, I've also gained many skills like leadership skills, leading a team, communication skills, and how to deal with different clients from different industries. So definitely I'm trying to get exposure in a good industry so that I can build up my career growth.
Great. So, Niyati, you know that very well that cost accounting has become an essential tool of management. What is your opinion on this statement? That cost accounting has become an essential tool of management. What is your opinion?
Sir, obviously, cost accounting is an essential tool for management because before launching a product in the market, cost accountant obviously has to decide the price of the product before setting its margin. So definitely the management has the main role to just take the initiative about what raw materials to get into the company, and what about the other things like expenses and all. We just have to evaluate each and everything. If cost accountant being a management accountant is not there, then who will be able to just take the margin and just launch the product in the industry, in the market also.
So your, that opinion is very much clear, and that it's an essential part of management, cost accounting. So if this is an essential part, so why cost accounting is not mandatory in every company as a financial accounting?
Sir, financial accounting is for financials, like we prepare balance sheets and take consideration for all the profits and all of the company. But cost accounting being a major part, it's not applicable for various companies because it is mainly applicable for manufacturing units only and service sector units. Trading part may cost accountancy doesn't have that much role. We can obviously evaluate, but companies are not able to just take the, just spend so much on cost audits and records, because cost records and audits take a lot of time, a lot of efforts, which we cost accountants are putting into maintaining the records and doing the audits. So companies are into like बहुत सारे expenses हो जाएगा, so they are not able to. But yeah, it's mandatory for some of the companies, and turnover has been described that up to that turnover it's not mandatory, but after that beyond that turnover it's mandatory.
Oh, great. So, Niyati, you mentioned in your CV that you work on the cost audit profile as well as in the training period. So, can you describe in brief that what type of cost audit are done?
Sir, if I can talk about any industry, I've done the audit of pharma industry also, namely Ipca Laboratories. We have been allotted the audit for Ipca Laboratories for 3 units. For that is for Aurangabad, Indore, and Ratlam. We have done the audit for that. And apart from that, I've done the audit for steel industry also. I maintained the records, Mittal Corporation Limited. Later on, it was just registered in the insolvency process because it was not able to meet up the profits of the company and also the expenses fall apart. So we have just prepared the records and then just helped the company to register into the IBC. And then also I've done the subsidy. I have prepared the subsidy records for various companies like Khaitan Chemicals and Fertilizers, Agrophos Limited. So they were like, we have to submit the subsidy reports to the department.
Okay. So in which form the cost records are maintained by the company?
So cost records are maintained in CRA1.
CRA1. Okay, tell me the section 66 of the CGST Act. What does say?
66 CGST Act. Yeah, it's for the assessment one, I guess. I'm not that much sure.
You've done this work in your training period. You've done the GST audit?
Yes, sir.
So yes, the section 66.
Yeah, audit. Yes,
right.
audit.
So, but which audit? What the audit name as per section 66?
So 66 is for the cost accountants and chartered accountants are supposed to do the audit by the department.
So what the difference between special audit and audit by CEO and CMA as per section 66?
So special audit is demanded by GST department only in certain circumstances, and for audit by CA and CMA is for basically companies allow us to do. Well, companies hire us and we do the audits. And special audit is demanded by the GST department in case they find any of the discrepancy or any like any uncompliances they have found, non-compliances.
Okay, my last question is what the treatment of accounting standard in books of accounts? Accounting standard 16.
Accounting standard 16 is for the borrowing cost, and borrowing cost is basically measured for the assets which we actually borrow from the market, from the industry, from the company or a bank or like anything. So it's treatment in actually I'm not that much aware.
Where will you say? Where will you that show this borrowing cost in the books of accounts? It will be in the balance sheet or the P&L?
Sir, a borrowing cost will be shown in the P&L account.
Always?
Not always, I suppose. No, in balance sheet also we can show.
In which situation?
When we are just borrowing it for accounting.
Okay, sir, go ahead.
Like any asset.
Okay, sir. Sir, go ahead.
Hello, Niyati, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. So, do you heard the term deferred tax?
Yes, sir.
What is it? What is it?
So deferred tax is what we are supposed to pay according to accounting standard, and what we are the difference between the accounting taxation and the income tax we are supposed to pay. Like accounting and income tax can differ. So that deferred tax is that only.
Which standard deals with the deferred tax?
Sir,
Accounting standard.
AS 20, AS 21. It's AS 21. No, yeah, AS 21.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, sir. I think it's
Is there any impact on
21.
cash flow? Is there any impact on cash flow from the deferred tax?
No, sir. Cash flow में इतना वो नहीं आता because it takes the inflow and outflow of the funds only, so it doesn't impact on cash flow.
Okay. Which section of income tax deal with the MAT, minimum alternate tax?
Sir, 115 JC.
JC.
Yeah, JC 115 section 115 JC.
Okay. And if a company is liable to pay MAT, then he have to file a form for that.
Sir, it's 3CA. Form 3.
CCA is for tax audit.
Okay, sir, it's I think something 9C 9AC 9C is something form.
It's 29D.
29D. Yeah.
Okay. So you have done cost audits, right?
Yes, sir.
So let me tell me one thing. Is CRA rules applicable to a foreign company or not?
Sir, foreign company, sir, it's defined like license. If the license office is there in India, then only it's not applicable.
My question is, CRA rule is applicable on foreign company or not?
No, sir, foreign company may no. Sir, if I think 75% exports, if there are more than 75% export, then it's not applicable. Otherwise, it's applicable.
No, we are not talking about cost audit. You are telling rule 4.
Okay.
I'm just simply asking, is there CRA rule applicable to foreign company or not? If a foreign company manufacture in India, so CRA rules will be applicable.
Sir, it's not applicable.
Okay, Ridhima ma'am, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Hi, Niyati. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. I'm fine.
Good evening. So I will start with some HR questions. Can you tell me about discuss your weaknesses and how do you plan to overcome it? Your weaknesses.
Ma'am, my weakness, as such, it's not the weakness. I'm just trying to improve whatever I lack in the things. Basically, it's not my weakness. I'm just developing the habit of reading and reading only. So I do not have a good habit of reading the books, but I'm just developing this habit just to get ensured कि मैं थोड़ा corporate world से थोड़ा सा familiar हूँ. I'm just improving that habit. Second weakness, little I can just say कि थोड़ा सा arrogance थोड़ा सा हो जाता है काम को लेकर. अगर कुछ काम टाइम पे नहीं होता तो इट्स लाइक कि मैं मतलब रात को भी कर लूंगी और मैं अपनी हेल्थ थोड़ी ऐसे खराब कर लूंगी. सो आई एम जस्ट इम्प्रूविंग ऑन दैट. मुझे इतना फोकस भी नहीं करना चाहिए. इट्स लाइक दैट ओनली. सो आई एम जस्ट इम्प्रूविंग ऑन दीस थिंग्स.
So for this, you can prioritize your work, na? This will not lead you into the arrogance.
Yeah, I am obviously prioritizing my work, but my health also is there, no? So I just have to make the balance between that. So improving the balance between all the things.
Yeah, okay. And can you please tell me about your strengths?
My strengths are like, if you allot me any work, I'll do it in a very efficient way. I just tend to be in perfection कि अगर ये चीज ऐसे होती तो वैसी हो या फिर उससे ज्यादा अच्छे से हो. A second thing, it's like leadership skills. I like to work with the not many people, but yeah, at least team members also we can just allot the work. And also it's like not a team leader. It's like taking everybody else with you. So that's my good strength. And also I believe that decision making power in me, and whatever I am assigned of doing any work or whatever to learn or anything, I do it in a very disciplined manner.
Okay, great. Next question will be like, what do you like do to keep yourself updated? Like, how do you improve your knowledge every day, and like, what steps are you taking to be updated?
Ma'am, basically I keep me updated from an app that is InShorts. I'm not in the habit of reading the newspaper daily, first of all. So I'm just trying to improve that thing also. And I do read it. I do read the news. Sometimes I do watch the news also. Just the summary part, or if in case I am interested in any topic which is going on, then I definitely do a research on it and just find the way to take the knowledge of it.
Okay. And the last question, like, are you planning to go for further studies, or like you will continue with your corporate journey? Like, how it is?
Ma'am, initially I'll be continuing with my corporate journey, so that I will be just be in a stable mode. वैसे तो stable mode is never there, but अभी stable mode में आते ही I'm planning to go CPA. I'm just trying to connect with each and every knowledge, because अभी सिर्फ पढ़ाई पढ़ाई और इतने सारे सब्जेक्ट एक साथ होते हैं, तो I'm like कि एक दो फील्ड में I need to get some expertise, because it's not possible for me to gain the knowledge of each and every subject of each and every topic. So I'm like कि जिस topic में या फिर जिस job profile में I'll be there, I'll try to excel myself in that only, and obviously the other things also with the studies part. So I'll be planning to do CPA in my further studies.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's it from my side, sir.
So Niyati, I was listening to you that you are saying that my strength is that whoever provide me the lot of work, so I can do. But my question is that you know that there is only 9. One second. So you are saying that your strength is that whatever you provide, that someone provide you the lot of work, you can do, right? But you know that in office, that only 9 hours shift there, and you can work on the shift 7.5 hours as activity hours. So how will you complete in this office hours that whoever provide you a lot of work? So how will you plan to complete that work?
Sir, I'll try to excel in some shortcuts.
Hmm.
It's like you are not supposed to do hard work, you're supposed to do smart work also with
Hmm.
that. So I'll try to become effective with time.
Hmm.
Slowly and gradually. It will definitely take time for me to complete some work, but after practicing and after taking some shortcuts and learning something, so I will be able to just do it in some time only.
Okay. So, okay, tell me what do you mean the accounting, accrual accounting? Accrual accounting.
Sir, accrual accounting is basically when we do not have some guarantee if the cash will come or not. मतलब अगर cash नहीं भी आया, so we just do the recording in the books of accounts that the cash is received. It will be receivable.
Any two example of this accrual accounting?
Yes, sir. The debtors one and the creditors one also, and yeah, cash receivable, bad debts, recovery, wala we can do.
Okay, what is accounts payable?
Accounts payable, sir, what we are about to pay, that is the creditors.
Can you describe the accounts payable cycle in brief?
Sir, accounts payable cycle is basically for a 12-month period. If we talk about the operating cycle, so operating cycle is defined as 12 months period only, in which we are planning to get give the funds, like
No, No, I'm not asking about the operating cycle. I'm asking about the accounts payable cycle.
Yeah, accounts payable cycle is within 12 months we are
No, I
supposed
can
to
also that expand these questions. The accounts payable cycle means procure to payment, P2P cycles. Now you can understand what I want to ask you.
B2B cycle,
P2P, procure to payment cycle, P2P.
procure to payment. Yeah, sir, we get the goods and we are supposed to pay the payment to our creditors only, whatever we are getting the supplies within 12 months period.
So you are saying that we get the goods, right? So whenever you are receiving the goods in your premises, in your industry, so
Yeah.
will your department or the concerned person, suppose that stores department is receiving the goods, so will store department do any journal entry of receiving the goods?
Yes, sir. If there is accrual basis of accounting, then obviously we have the chance to just give do the entry part. And yeah, we already received the goods and we are supposed to pay within 12 months. So we just
No, I'm not asking about
that
this.
accounts
But
payable.
any journal entry are done by the store department of receiving the goods? Any journal entry done by the?
Yes, sir.
What will be the journal entry of receiving goods?
So goods account debit to accounts payable. Purchases to accounts payable.
Okay. What about your knowledge of SAP?
Sir, SAP knowledge, I don't know about because I have not been working for the SAP wala part, because I was registered from the old syllabus only. So, but I have learned from these sessions that SAP has two things, that one is controlling part and one is financial part. So it has some T codes. So according to that codes, we are supposed to generate the process, like from one process to another. So every, like, if there is a purchase order or if there is a sales order, so every order or every process has a different T code.
What is the T code for the purchase order?
So I'm not aware about the T code, but I just know that because I have not worked for the SAP thing.
What is GRN?
GRN is good. I know that formula. Oh, short. This is something known. Goods receivable note. Goods receipt note, I think.
What is this?
So which we are supposed to get which we have just we have just made the purchase order and we have just got the GRN that we have done the purchase order and we are supposed to get the goods. Vague idea. I don't know.
Okay, no problem. Okay, I'm giving a situation, right? Not situation. This is a real question. Suppose that you are purchasing a car for your company and the sitting capacity is only 10 persons, right? And the car value is 20 lakh. And on that CGST, SGST is 6%, 6%. So what will you make the journal entry in your company for this transaction?
The journal entry for that, car account debit to CGST to SGST and to cash account if we are paying by cash or if we are paying by bank account.
Okay, are you sure? So you are saying the car account debit to CGST, to SGST, and to bank or vendor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this CGST or SGST is ITC for you, input tax credit. Will you take this ITC for this?
Sir, if I am purchasing for department, no, sir. ITC is not allowed.
Why? Why not allowed?
Sir, ITC is allowed for the transportation of goods only if the seating capacity is more than 10.
So what will you do of this, whatever you pay the GST? So what will you do? What statement you will do? Or you can say this is a block credit.
Sir, the credit will be blocked under section 17, subsection 5. So
you will reverse to this credit? You will reverse to this credit?
Yes, sir. If we have claimed the ITC, we can do the reversal of the credit.
So what will be the journal entry for reversing the credit?
Sir, if we are doing it in credit, then we'll just supplier of goods I suppose this. I'm just mixing both the sections. I suppose. 194 is for the buyer of the goods. The buyer has to pay the TDS.
Is that TDS?
No, deduct the TDS. Sorry. Deduct the TDS.
Is there any corresponding section for TCS also?
Yes, sir. There is a section. I don't remember that properly, but it's 206 C something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for 1 crore or I think 50 lakhs only. I'm not able to remember that.
You mentioned in your CV that you have done bank audit in PNB or Bank of Baroda.
Bank of Baroda, yes.
Tell me two major things which should be taken care while conducting bank audit.
So two major things we were supposed to take care was first of all the KYC documents, and also it depends like which kind of bank audit are you doing. Like if you are checking the CC loans, then you are supposed to check the stock report also, and the other proof details like CIBIL score of the client, of the customer who is taking the loan. And if you are giving the loan, if we are checking the loan files for house, property, or anything, any premises, so we just need to have the validations for that registry wala part, ki if the house is registered or not.
These are only basic documentation. Is there anything else which is more important than this?
Sir, we take the customer's salary form also, form number 16, and all
No, you
the
are talking
income
about
statements.
you are talking about collection of document from the client.
Yeah.
I am asking as a statutory bank auditor, what major things you have to taken care?
Some major things. Sir, actually, I've done the work of checking the loan files, and I've worked on that part, software but Finacle. So I was supposed to check the loan files and conduct that thing.
Is there any concept for NPA?
Yes, sir. NPA का 50,000 or more वाला का we were supposed to check. So below 50,000, it was like if 1 year time was provided to them, like the legal documents were provided that legal action would be taken, but in some banks no legal actions are taken until and unless there is some major stringent provisions. So
Which form is used for reporting for bank audit?
the form number I don't remember.
Okay, Ridhima ma'am, you can go ahead.
You
Ma'am,
are
you
not
are-
audible, ma'am.
Sorry, I was speaking on the mute. So Niyati, like you have worked on the internal audits as well. So, like in your opinion, why internal audits are necessary for any of the company?
Ma'am, internal audit is necessary because we have to check the internal operations of the company also, like what they are storing in their warehouses, or how they are maintaining the vouchers, how they are maintaining the files, and we have to just cross-verify all the things with what they are showing in the books of accounts and what they actually keep in their premises. So that's why internal audit is important, the main basic thing.
Okay. List some of the deductions which are available under Section 80C. Like, when do you get the 80C deductions?
So, ma'am, ETC deductions are like when we get the life insurance policy. Also, it's for education part, and
What in education?
ma'am, education loan when we take.
Okay, so you get the entire amount of education loan as a deduction?
No, ma'am, not the entire amount, but I think some percentage is defined, like 15%, I hope.
Okay, what other deductions available under ATC?
Ma'am, they are like on investments, also on insurance premium, and interest on, even we get
You have to list any 5.
okay, ma'am. Also, various pension funds we get the deduction, and for LIC also, for PPF also we get PPF, for SPF, for that is statutory provident fund, and PPF and RPF also, and also for investment when we do employers contribution also is there towards the NPS.
Okay.
Okay, so Niyati, let you tell me what do you mean the cost center and what the treatment of cost center in cost accounting?
So cost centers are allotted in a company to like if I have a cost center for raw material, or if I have a cost center for the purchases part, the expenses related to that cost center will be allocated there only. And there are various cost centers in various companies, so they just try to maintain that cost centers. And the accounting part we do is, when we maintain the cost records, cost centers tend to contribute a lot more, because if various cost centers are maintained, then it's easy to just bifurcate the cost to a product.
What is GL?
So general ledger.
What use of GL in cost accounting?
So general ledger is for when we see the orders, like what are the sales, we see the sales registers and purchase registers of the company for a product, what raw materials we have got to be in the product, and other things also.
What the difference between material cost variance and material yield variance?
So material cost and
material cost variance and material yield variance. What is your understanding of both the point?
So material cost variance is when we just what we are trying to make the cost assigned, which we are expecting, and the cost actually happened. That is the material cost variance for a raw material which we are bringing. And material aid variance is what we are like material aid variance ka sir, I'm thoda sa confused. I've never used that.
No issue. So, that I'm asking one more questions from the cost sheet. You know very well about the cost sheet, right? What the head like factory cost, right? For cost of production, and the total cost, right? And the selling overhead, distribution overhead. So that I'm giving one item, and you have to tell me that this item pertain to factory cost, I mean factory overhead, selling and distribution overhead, or administration overhead, or prime cost part, right? So the item is office drawing expenses. So this item will go in the cost sheet. If yes, then where will we go? Is the prime cost, factory overhead, selling and distribution overhead, or office overhead?
Sir, office drawing expenses are the personal drawings of the company, which is just
not that drawings. Withdraw wala drawings. I'm drawing office drawing.
Sir, is it related to a product only?
Yes, drawing.
Because if it is not related to the product, then it will go for the non-cost part, that is cost and P&L part.
What do you mean by related to product?
So related to product is when we do product costing, we only consider the expenses which are
suppose this is related to the product. So where will you put this?
Sir, administration overheads.
What do you mean the office drawing expenses?
Office, yes sir, I am talking about office drawing expenses only.
Yeah. So what is this? What is this?
So when we withdraw something from the office.
Not withdraw, drawing. Withdraw drawings, not, I'm saying drawings. I mean blueprint like drawings, right?
So drawings part, if we are just taking away the material, then so we have to just put it in the direct cost part. It won't go for the administration overhead. Because if it is, if we are drawing, the drawings part is for the raw material. then it is decreasing the quantity of the raw material. So definitely it will go to the direct expense part it will deduct from the material cost.
Okay. Okay. What is your understanding about the conversion cost?
So conversion cost is the total of overheads
Hmm.
and labor.
Total of
Direct-
overhead and
Yes, sir.
total overhead and
Total overheads and total labor.
direct
Labor
labor, right?
cost.
Direct labor.
Yes.
So it means you will include the office overhead and selling overhead as well in conversion cost, right?
No, sir.
No, you are saying the total overhead. So in total overhead, that office overhead also come, selling overhead also come.
But sir, they are not included for the conversion part of the product, so that won't be included. So that means direct overheads will come under conversion.
What do you mean the direct overheads?
So direct overheads are related to the product only, which contribute to the production of a particular product. And indirect is we use indirect material after the production हो जाता है, but to just pass the other process, we use the indirect overheads.
Okay, I'm giving one more situation example. Like your industry is a milk industry, right? Milk, dairy milk industry, right? And you are doing the expenses for the preservation of the milk, right? So there is a one expenses, name is milk preservation expenses. So these expenses, where will you show in the cost sheet? It's a prime cost, factory overhead, selling overhead, and office overhead.
So just give me a minute to analyze that
Yeah,
preservation cost.
Take your time.
Milk preservation. Sir, it will go to factory overheads, because when we will preserve the milk, we will need a warehouse, or we'll need that big, that cooler wala jo warehouse hota hai. So that would be costing. So that would be going to factory overheads, because the rent and all will be.
Okay, one more questions, decision-making question. Suppose that you are a manager of the payment team, right? You are the supervisor of payment team, and you have the 6 members in your team, right? And all members are doing the payment release activities, right, on the weekly basis. And one time you found that that one of your member done the double payment of more than $5,000 amount, right? And okay, so such type of the double payment preventive, what will be your action for the further future, that yes, such type of the double payment should not occur in the future, because it impact very high, right, in the professional. So what will your action, and how will you make the plan to prevent such type of double payment as a supervisor?
Sir, if there is a proper accounting software maintained for the payment, then I'll make sure that I'll develop a software for I'll first talk to a technical team that payment is not repeated, or whatever the criteria is there. I'll just make sure that that software allows that software is inbuilt. Ki double payment na ho to acha hai, because it's very necessary if you are doing the payments from a software or anything. So it needs to be, we have to be alert.
What criteria you will ask to technical team that such type of criteria should be there? Do you have any mind in any
criteria would be that the payments won't be repeated. We'll just list down the customer list, or any person to whom we are paying, or any investor we are paying. So we'll just try to develop a software in which the list has been there, and the amount is also defined. So agar usse zyada, if 5,000 is there, if 2,500 is there, and we are paying 5,000, so एक pop-up अपने आप आ जाएगा कि no, we have to pay 2,500 only. So I'll just try to make that thing from the technical team.
Do you know about RCA? What is RCA?
RCA.
Root cause analysis. Have you ever heard about root cause analysis?
No, sir, I haven't heard.
Okay, tell me any 3 example of direct expenses in cost.
Direct?
Direct expenses.
So direct expenses would be the plant rent, which we are paying.
Plant
Or
rent, are you sure? It will not go in the factory?
no, sir, factory like warehouse, if we are paying the rent for the factory part, which is used for production, then it would be going for direct expense, no? If we are using for that production only, that plant.
Okay, another one.
Another one would be the production charges, which we are paying, and also the direct expenses would be, can be anything like
Okay, my last question is what is QRMP scheme and GST?
the QRMP is quarterly returns and monthly payments, in which we are supposed to file the GST returns from the invoice furnishing facility. So QRMP is basically like we have to pay monthly, but we have to file returns only the quarterly part.
So
And
any threshold limit for this QRMP scheme obtained?
Yes, sir, up to 5 crores.
Okay. What is IFF facility?
Sir, IFF facility is the facility for GST. Like we just file the returns for GST1, and if we are just opting the scheme of QRMP, then we are supposed to take IFF scheme, that is invoice furnishing facility.
Okay, nice to talk you, Niyati. Okay, sir, go ahead. The last round.
Okay, Niyati. So I add on the question of Mahendra sir for direct expenses. Which cost accounting standard deals with direct expenses?
The direct expenses is CS6.
CS6.
Yes, sir.
And what is the CS4 material cost?
CS4 is for, sir, cost of production.
CS6.
CS6. Yeah, CS6 is material cost, yeah. And
So
direct expenses is CS8.
8. Okay. So which standard deals with the utility cost?
So utility cost. Packing material is, packing is 9, 10. Yeah. CS10 is direct expenses and CS8 is for utilities and 6 is for material and yeah, 7 is for employee cost. Yeah.
Okay. If I am paying royalty on production, so is it direct expenses?
No, sir, that's not the direct expenses. Royalty for production is, we can just bifurcate in that thing. That would go in a administrative overhead only. Then we will just reallocate into the product on a sales basis. Sales
I'm
quantity.
asking if I am paying royalty production basis, number of unit produced. So it is direct expenses or not?
So then it will be direct expenses only, because whatever the cost we are occurring directly for direct thing, we have to just add on to it.
So if I'm paying royalty on units sold, then it will be direct or not?
For the unit sold, then it will go for selling and distribution expenses.
Okay. You mentioned in your CV that you have done maintained cost accounting records and done cost audit, right?
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me foreign fluctuation is covered under which cost accounting standard?
Sir, which fluctuation?
Foreign fluctuation, foreign currency fluctuation.
Foreign currency fluctuation is for interest and financing charges, I think.
Which standard deals with it?
Interest and financing is, so just let me remember that thing. Yeah, 17. Yeah,
17.
17.
Okay. So,
Yes.
so my last question for today is how you deal with cash discount in cost accounting.
So cash discount is not included. Is not included in the cost. We just deduct it, and it is a part of a non-cost item.
If I
Trade
get
discount.
cash discount on purchase of material.
Yes, so we are not supposed to treat it in the cost item. It will be treated. It will be just deducted from the material cost, and then it will be transferred to the non-cost expenses.
Okay, if we are deducting from material cost, then we are doing the treatment in cost accounting.
No, sir, there is no treatment for cash discount.
As you are saying, we will deduct cash
So
discount from material cost.
we'll just directly deduct it and just put it in the non-cost expenses. And if we are talking about the trade discount, then it will be shown in that thing, in the cost accounting records. Trade discount is a part of costing. Material cost.
Which standard deals with the cash discount?
So
Cost accounting.
material cost के अंदर रहेगा.
Which cost accounting standard deals with the cash discount?
So CS6 material cost.
Okay. Okay, Ridhima ma'am, you can go ahead.
So, Niyati, like what is like who appoints the cost auditor in the company?
Board of directors.
Do they appoint solely or like on the recommendation of someone?
Yes, ma'am, they can take the recommendation of the audit committee if the audit committee is present there. And if no audit committee is there, then they can appoint solely.
Yeah, okay. And what is the limit for completion of cost audit, like time limit?
Ma'am, it's 180 days from the financial year starting, or within the time limit of 30 days from which the board has been signed for the appointment of cost auditor, whichever is earlier.
Okay. And the last question is which companies are exempted from cost audit eligibility?
Ma'am, companies, first of all, the companies which are doing captive consumption, they're not the part. They're not required to do cost audits.
Captive as in